It's day 23 of the federal government shutdown, and Republican and Democratic lawmakers remain very much at odds. The House still out of session, while the Senate continues to vote on a short-term Republican bill to get the government back open.
On Wednesday, the Senate failed for a 12th time to pass the House's stopgap bill. This time, 2 Democrats voted in favor of the bill, while 1 Republican voted against it. The shutdown is already the second longest in American history.
NBC News politics reporter Megan Leibowitz joins us now from Washington with the latest. Megan, good morning. So with the House still out of session this week, where do things stand right now more than 3 weeks into the shutdown?
Yeah, that's right. Good morning. So lawmakers are still pretty dug in here. There's no end in sight, and there's really not much sign of any potential movement going forward. As you mentioned, the House remains out of session this week. House Speaker Mike Johnson has said that he will bring the House back into session once Democrats vote for this Republican-led short-term government spending bill, funding bill. Now, it's unclear when that could potentially actually happen. There's no indication that more Democrats are changing their positions. Now, on the Democratic side, Democrats are still saying, hey, let's talk about health care first. Let's negotiate over these ACA, these Affordable Care Act subsidies that are set to expire at the end of this year. Now, take a listen to how both leader parties, what they had to say about this moving forward. Take a listen.
Democrats are the ones who manufactured this entire situation without a single Republican vote. And now, when the chickens are coming back home to roost, they're trying to blame the other team. It is utter nonsense. We won't engage in Democrats' hostage taking, nor will we pay a ransom.
Republicans have shown zero interest or capacity to reopen the government, enact a spending agreement that meets the needs of the American people, or address the health care crisis that Republicans have created.
Now, the longer that this goes on, the more impacts that we're starting to see. So federal workers, for example, are going to be missing their first full paycheck tomorrow. States are also starting to warn about SNAP benefits and not having the funding for those SNAP benefits, that Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, starting in November if the shutdown continues, guys.
That's exactly what I want to ask you about, Megan. It's just the ways that we're seeing this start to impact real people, impact families across the country. Numerous Head Start programs are in danger of running out of funds if the shutdown continues in November. Tell us more about some of your reporting here, how people are feeling this. Yeah, so there are actually a couple of Head Start programs that are set to close at the end of this week. Those are a few programs that were supposed to get their annual funding at the start of this month. They've been operating on reserves that have simply run dry at this point. Now, advocates are also pointing to November 1st, when there's a group of about 130 plus additional Head Start programs that are supposed to get their annual funding then. Now, if they don't get their annual funding, then these programs are now turning to trying to find alternate sources of funding to try to stay open for as long as they can, or risk closing. Now, advocates are warning what this could potentially mean for children. So Head Start provides low-income families with child care support, learning programs, but also meals for the kids, health screenings for these kids as well. And so advocates are really concerned about what it means if kids aren't able to get those in these Head Start programs if the funding simply isn't there come a couple of weeks from now, guys.
Megan, we're also seeing this rare disagreement where Republicans are pushing back against President Trump's idea of importing beef from Argentina. Last weekend, the president said he's considering having the U.S. buy beef from the South American country. If you've been to the grocery store, you know beef's not cheap right now. What more do we know about this and some of the pushback?
Yeah, so it's a pretty rare source of disagreement. Now, we're hearing from some Republicans in especially these agriculture-heavy states saying that they don't know about this. So Senate Majority Leader John Thune had told NBC that this was a topic that had come up when Senate Republicans went to the White House earlier this week. Now, he comes from South Dakota. Now, as he's put it, it's a state that has more cattle than people. And so it's a real concern for some of his constituents. I also want to point you to what Senator Deb Fischer has had to say about this as well. She is from Nebraska. Take a look at what she had to say on X. She wrote, "Bottom line, if the goal is addressing beef prices at the grocery store, this isn't the way. Right now, government intervention in the beef market will hurt our cattle ranchers." Now, on top of that, 8 House Republicans have sent a letter to the White House asking for more information about this. So it's really not a usual, it's very unusual for these Republicans to be splitting with the Trump administration like this, guys.
All right, Megan, thank you so much.